Hey, Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory and fear at all times to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders who taught us this truth and stand strong and a good example for us as men of the Lord. And peace and salutations to the men who follow under the apostles and the teachings that pushes this truth and the believers. The few women that's tuning in. This thing is growing because we almost up out of here, and so I want to touch bases and do a quick video and kind of zero in, magnify what's going on in Georgia. Um, I myself is and my brother, my brother's quiet from the Vegas camp. We out here in Georgia and working on this political campaign drive because they got this runoff election coming in January for the Senate here in Georgia. Now this election is pretty big. It has a lot of implications to it. So basically, what you're looking at here is right here. Let's zero in on this one right here. It says Georgia, we must win this race for gun rights for America. Now you know this is red because this is the right. This is the right wing. This is Republican stances. Like the Republicans, they don't want their guns taken. This is why this is so huge, because the Democrats they want to abolish, if they want to abolish the Second Amendment. They want to, of course, this is also the elite's agenda as well. To you know, they want to they want to they want to take the public's guns away. They want to unarm the public. Take their these people I'm talking about. They're not really giving a damn about somebody with some handgun. They want to take these people that got like AR-15s and semi-automatic machine gun type guns like AK-47s and stuff like that. Those war weapons that he want to take away. But the funny thing is, most killings across the United States is done with handguns. But the bottom line is they don't want none of their guns taken. The Republicans and a certain portion of Democrats that are part of the NRA or whatnot. But we're talking about the leaders. We're talking about the politicians. They don't want you to have any type of arms because they're gonna roll on people. They're gonna set off martial law, and they don't want no resistance. But they're gonna be met with resistance. So these are the candidates. This chick over here, the upright, her name is Kelly Loeffler, and then these two guys right here. The guy on the left, his name is Jon Ossoff, and the guy on the right, he's Jon Ossoff is a Democrat, and on the right side, his name is David Perdue. He's a Republican, and then this is Kelly Loeffler. She's a Republican. They're pushing to save and protect the Second Amendment. The Republicans, the two Republican candidates. That's why all these Republicans here in Georgia is pushing heavy and hard for them to get elected. Now, the individual you see right here, the Jake with the bald head, his name is Reverend Raphael Warnock, and he's a Democrat. And they're against, of course, the Second Amendment. They don't want these Democrats being elected because not only will they have the Senate, Biden is looking like he's gonna take the presidential election. Notice how I said take, because I don't think he legally got it. I think they stole it. I think they cheated. But it doesn't really matter to me if they, whatever the case may be. I can't stand Biden. I can't. I think he's a jackass, and I don't think he. That's just my personal opinion. A lot of people don't like him. Just like a lot of people don't like Trump. I'm not a Trump supporter either, but I think the dude did a decent job, and I think he won that election. But hey, weirder things have happened. Things have happened. There've been times where it's been totally said that George Bush stole an election, with his brother down there in Florida. But anyway, this is gonna bring forth like a revolutionary dividus or war. This is if the Democrats get in there and they take the Senate and they get to chipping away and try to snatch and abolish the Second Amendment, you're gonna have gun owners all across the country they're not want to give up their guns. They got signs on the back of that pickup truck. You remove my gun out of my cold dead hands. That's their stance. They live, and I'm not used to some of the stuff that I see out here. Like I was heading into a gas station, and this Edomite, he hopped out his car, and he just had his pistol just right on his side. You know what I'm saying? I guess here you have to, if you don't have a concealed carry permit, you have to show it. You have to it has to be visible. You can't conceal it. I'm from California, man. You can't do none of that. You can have a concealed carry or whatnot, but ain't no gun being shown. So anytime I'm outside of the state of California, in states that are like they have gun rights, because California really don't have many. That it kind of, I don't want to say it's like a shock to me, but it's a surprise because I don't see it all the time. So yeah, these people here, they ain't trying to give that up. There will be a war, and this is what the military or the government is trying to prevent. They don't want that, but this is what they're gonna have, and this is biblical prophecy. So let's get into the scriptures. So this is Psalms 140, and I'm starting at the top. It says, "Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man." And this is what's going to happen. If and I think it doesn't matter if the Republicans get in there and they protect the Second Amendment right. It doesn't matter. This is going to happen. The government is still they're going to carry their agenda out no matter what. So they're going to come for people's guns no matter what. And it's going to get violent. People are not going to want to give up their guns. They're not going to want their civil rights infringed on. They're going to want, especially Edomites all across the country. Even in Bible Belt states, Edomites, they still locked and loaded. I was looking in the news. There's a shortage of ammo. I wonder why. People are out buying ammo like crazy because those type of people see the writing on the wall. But Jake don't see the writing on the wall. Like they're not looking at that. Jake over here celebrating this weak ass victory of Biden. Really they celebrating that Trump is out of office. I don't even think they even supporters of Biden. It was just Biden was going against Trump, so that's what they loved. It's not like they over there supporting and loving Biden like that. But they over there celebrating that. They don't even see what's, what I'm saying? It's like the situation where somebody's celebrating the minor victory, the minor battle, but they don't see over the hill that the army is coming is gonna win the war, and they're gonna lose the war. That's how Jake is. That's why it's gonna take the Most High to rouse Jake up. So verse 2, it says, which image mischief, which imagine mischief in their heart continually are they gathered together for war. Now this is twofold. This is on a higher level with Esau, the elites and their agendas and what they plan, but it also goes for these everyday Joe Blow Edomites that are camped out in their backyard and they're shooting, they practicing with you Israelites images, shooting targets and stuff like that, and they got their guns because this is why they want their guns. They don't want their guns so they can fight against each other. They want their guns because they know that it's gonna come a time where where it's gonna be a clash between them and the Israelites. They're gonna have when this dude Trump put that slogan out there, "Make America Great Again." We all know what that stood for, but these everyday Joe Blow crackers, these gun clubs and these white militia groups and these white supremacist groups and all these different organizations, the Proud Boys, especially the Edomites, there's some members of the Proud Boys and any other organization like that. Their whole thing has nothing to do with I need to protect my house for a white guy breaking in my house or no, no, no. They can't stand you Israelites. They can't stand you, and they want to come at you. They want to put you down. Like they mouth got watered with Grandmaster Jay and those Jakes out there with all them geared up military and all that their guns and stuff like that. They want that shit, man. These Edomites, they want that. Like I've seen videos of how they just spoke about how they would take them down. Like this is stuff that this is what they want. They understand what Make America Great meant to them was they taking back the country and putting you Israelites, you people of color, in subjection, and that they possibly put you down. That's what they really want. They want a sea of nothing but them, a people of nothing but Edomites. That's what they want. Had nothing to do about making America financially great again, even making America white again, making the rulers and the people. Like they don't want to see black judges. They don't want to see so-called black sheriffs and police officers. They don't want to get pulled over and it's a black person behind them and a police officer getting out and giving them tickets. There's been videos. If you go on YouTube, there's a video on YouTube of a Edomite getting pulled over by a Israelite, a Jake, a Judite, particularly a Judite state trooper, and he gave this state trooper hell. He was talking so much shit. They so proud that like if the shoe's on the other foot, you don't even get that type of shit. Jake hoping he can be able to drive off safe. Ain't no shit talking to a state trooper, Edomite state trooper. This dude hopped out the freaking car, talking shit, like running, like walking up on the damn officer. Jake don't even have that mindset to like even pull a firearm on this Edomite as he coming up talking shit. This is the arrogancy of the so-called white man. The pride of thine heart, man, has deceived him. He thinks that he can do this type of shit, and this is what they look for. So I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna get back into the scripture, but that's very, very important for what's coming, because these Edomites, man, this is the stuff that they talk about, and you think they watching football on Sundays, like you Jake's doing? This is what they talking about. I'm gonna read verse 2 again. It said, which imagine mischief in their heart continually are they gathered together for war. They have sharpened their tongue like a serpent adder. Poison is under their lips. Salah. And this is what Esau does. He does this with mainly with his witchcraft, his main source of witchcraft, which is his media outlets. Social media, his news networks, his radio stations, his newspaper articles and stuff that he posts in print. Anything that he wants to get a message out to the public and the masses, that's his witchcraft. That's how he formulates the opinions of the public, by drowning their eye, what they see, hear, what they seeing and what they're hearing, and what people are talking about based off what they seen and heard. This is how he shapens and formulates how he wants the people and what he wants the people to believe. And people eat it up. That's one way he does it. That's how he shoots his poison, his serpent tongue, his poison adder through his lips. That's how he does it. Like exactly what's going on with the coronavirus. The coronavirus, before the news outlet picked it up, I was reading about the coronavirus articles in Wuhan, China, that was going on in like October, November of 2019. Here it comes in February. In the United States, it builds up all the momentum in the world in February. Like clearly, like right after Kobe dies is in January, the 26th. He died on the 26th of January, and in I don't know, maybe what, the world more in that situation for a good 2 or 3 weeks, and then the coronavirus just blew up all over everything. And then February and March is quarantine and all that stuff. But it had been going on. But as soon as they wanna magnify that, that's what happens. They decided that, okay, now we're gonna flood the whole earth with it, and that's how it blew up. Verse 4, it says it says keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent men who have proposed to overthrow my goings. The proud have hid a snare for me and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gems for me, Salah. And this is David, ultimately talking about the elites, the higher ups, Edomites, because this is their ultimate plan. Their ultimate plan is to come down on you Israelites. As I said unto the Lord, Thou art my power. Hear the voice of my supplications, O Lord. O power, O Lord, the strength of my salvation. Thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. Grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked devices, lest he exalt themselves, Salah. And that's what they're gonna try to do. They're definitely gonna try to exalt themselves, and they're definitely gonna try to roll down on Jake. So this is the same mindset as we brothers in the truth and sisters in the truth, those who follow the truth, hoping and praying that the Most High cover us, like David is asking. As for the head of those that compass me about, let the mischief of their own lips cover them. Because this is the division that they got going on. They're divided right now. They're totally divided right now as a nation. And as a people, they're divided. And that this whole election is a perfect example of showing of why they're divided. This is way more than just the Democrat versus the Republicans to take the Senate. There's an underlying agenda behind it. It says, let burning coals fall upon them. Let them be cast into the fire, into the deep pits, and they rise not upon again. Rise not up again. And that's definitely going to happen. That's the point. That's definitely going to happen. Let's get to the next scripture. All right, this is Psalms 64, verse 2. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, for the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And this is one of the words they do that when they shooting arrows and bitter words. They shooting at you Israelites. Like, for instance, I'll give an example of them shooting arrows at you. When they say stuff like, and they print this out on the newspapers, and you get Bill Gates, and I think his wife, I think her name is Linda Gates, or whoever. I don't know what her first name is, but Bill and his wife, the Gates family, they're spearheads behind the whole vaccinations. Not just this coronavirus vaccine, but all vaccines that's pretty much out there. That's they work hand in hand with the CDC, and they've been kicked out of hundreds of countries because of their vaccinations have had deadly side effects on people. So, but when they get on national television and they say that blacks and Hispanics should be priority for the vaccine, they should be first up, right after essential workers and first responders and and hospital workers, and they should be when they're talking about administrating it to the the public, in the communities and stuff, it should go to the black communities and Hispanic communities first. They want you, vaccine. They want to get you vaccinated. Once you get vaccinated, then that's one step closer to them getting you chipped. So that's another way how they shoot, these bow and arrows at you. Verse 4 says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. The perfect is you Israelites. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately, for they say, who shall see them? And they do this, and you Jake falling for it all the time. You're gonna fall for this whole vaccine thing. You're gonna fall for it. The majority of you. It says they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thoughts of every one of them and the hearts is deep. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly they shall be wounded. And part of that is the exposing of the brothers that go out and make these videos and go out and teach. That's another way how you're getting wounded, because the truth hits and it wounds. Verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. That's the part of the point. This is the division. Their own tongue, meaning other Edomites are going to snitch out other Edomites. They're going to expose and whistleblow and bring attention and awareness to things that they don't want being told. They don't want to happen. So that's them being divided. Their kingdom is being divided. It says, and all men, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away, and all men shall fear, and shall declare the works of the Most High, for they shall wisely consider his doings. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord, and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. Why? Because it's gonna be all out chaos, and there's gonna be a civil unrest. There's gonna be martial law is gonna be declared. You're gonna have nothing but there's gonna be mass murdering and killing. These people they're gonna lose it. They're gonna go to war. It's gonna the country is gonna be it's gonna be a war ground. That's what's gonna happen, and the middle Lord is gonna rejoice, because these are things that the scriptures say that's gonna happen in order for us to get out of here, for this man's kingdom to drop. So this is Mark. This is Mark 3, and we'll start at verse 24. If a kingdom is to be divided against itself, the kingdom cannot stand. If a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. If Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but had an end. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. And that's what they say. That's exactly what you got to come in there and physically take their guns. You got to come in there, and they're gonna have to get binded. The military is gonna have to go in there, house to house, and they got lists of these people. That's why they've been making these firearm laws where you have to register certain, if you have an AR-15 or you have an automatic, semi-automatic rifle and all this other stuff, that it has to be registered as a machine gun or whatever. I don't know the laws. I ain't into all that, but I've heard and read about a lot of it, and you see the articles about it. It makes enough noise. You see it. So they're doing all this stuff so they can get list of knowing who got what. So when they decide, to go buying these people up and take their weapons, and that's what's gonna happen. So this house is divided. This kingdom is divided. Esau's rulership is a division. There's a division in his rulership. So with that, I'm gonna bring this video to a close. Pay attention, if you can, to what's gonna happen in that election. It goes down on January 5th. And we'll see what the outcome is. All of it pushes forth for more biblical prophecy. So with that, I want to say all praise, honor, and glory and fear to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Arakakadash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, And peace and salutations to the believers and the hopeful elect. Shalom.